All right, what is going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. And for those of you guys who can clearly see, I'm in a different location. So, a little bit of fun facts. Closed on a new home, and I am here waiting for the carpet cleaner people to arrive. All right. So I felt like since we didn't have any Potomac last night and we didn't have any Married to Medicine last night, I was like, first of all, I want to test this internet. Second, I was like, let's see if we can have a little ponderosa about the Super Bowl in general. So I went to a friend's house last night to watch the Super Bowl. Really, I was not interested in the game. I was more interested in the Usher concert that was going to be at the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. And I want to now get these Usher tickets. Fun fact, when I was last year for my birthday is July 16th, for those of you guys who don't know. So I am a Cancer. I went to Vegas for my birthday. And what we didn't realize until we got there, because it was kind of last minute, was that Usher was performing. But the tickets at that point in time were so high because it was so close to the date. I was just like, nah, I mean, we could have done it, but I was like, I'm not spending that much money on Usher, right? And there's no shade to Usher. But I was like, it was a lot of money. So anyway, I was super excited last night. Like I'm sure most of us were, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm doing a little bit of work, re-editing like the book two in the series, Book at His Wives. It'll be out soon. Bear with me. It's a lot of work. That's all I can say. It's a lot of work and a lot of character development and re-editing and stuff like that. So it's just a lot. Meanwhile, so I'm working and I'm like, okay, we waiting on a concert to start or whatever. And when I had initially heard that Alicia Keys was going to be performing, I was like, why? No shade to her. And I don't know what it is with Alicia Keys, but there is something to me, to be honest with you, lately that just does not seem to be resonating with the general public with her. And I don't know if it started when she got with Swiss Beats. Like, I'm not saying that it's him, but it just is something happened. I don't know if it was the declaration of the no makeup look. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. All I know is that something sonically and in general just doesn't seem to be resonating with Alicia Keys. So to be honest with you, I was like, I kind of just want to see Usher because I felt like if they do My Boo, which everybody loves, I was like, they're going to kind of slow it down, right? So, regardless, I'm still excited. So, for me, I got to tell y'all, I loved everything about Usher's performance. I felt like it started strong. He gave us some time in the middle to really get into some of the like mid tempos and slow jams that he made really, really popular. Like I love the intro to Caught Up. I felt like that was I get goosebumps when I see performances like that because they threw everything in the kitchen sink in that performance. I mean, you had people flipping up in the air. You had all kinds of things, showgirls. You had just acrobatics. It was all that. Then when he kind of segued and first of all, I loved the outfits. Y'all know, for those of you guys who don't know me outside of this, when I'm working, I just really kind of just throw on something, right? Like I just kind of threw on like this little purple, it's the brand purple, long sleeve tee today. But like I really get into like fashion, outside of what I do in this space in the reality TV world. So I'm looking at the outfit and I'm texting with Riley. For those of you guys don't know, Riley has done she's done reunion gowns for Monique Samuels, Toya from Married to Medicine, Ashley Darby. She's done confessional looks for Karen Huger. She's done a lot in the reality space in general, but also outside of that for like T.S. Madison, for like major award shows and stuff like that. So she's really doing her thing. And she's done a jacket for me for my Young, Famous, and African video and photo shoot. So we were texting. I was like, I need that that vest sweater shirt thing that he had on last night, the silvery one. I was like, that is lit. So I'm like amped, caught up, got me like literally caught up, right? So then why would he move over and I see that big red cape and I see it's Alicia? I'm like, I had looked over at Norman. Norman looked back at me, and we was just like, And so, I said, well, let's, you know what? They didn't got me all the way together with, caught up. I'm like ready for whatever, right? So then, she get the plan, and I'm like, okay, okay. But the first moment she opened her note, and that note, her mouth, and that note is wrong. That note is off. That note is not there. That note is someplace else. That note is in New York. In New York. That note is not in Vegas, okay? Where the Super Bowl is. So I was like, girl, like, he lets you sing your own song and you effed it up? No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. I know your vocal coach did not give you those directives, okay? So to start it off like that, I also felt like this part of the concert really underscored the fact that to me, there was a mic issue going on, right? Like at certain points, I mean, even for Usher, there were points where the mic was going out, and I know that I felt like they wanted to do it live and to make it the real live experience. But I do feel like at certain points, I personally feel like on a stage like that, there are elements that probably need to either be pre-recorded or those background singers really have to lean in. I don't know what it is, but I do know that sometimes a little lip sync ain't gonna hurt nobody, okay? Because I feel like on a stage like that with so much going on, it would be almost remiss if we couldn't hear the parts that we wanted to hear, like that. That part right there, I felt like I couldn't really hear it, and I wanted to hear that. Now, y'all, my rendition ain't nothing compared to his, no, and I'm not even a singer like that. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I wanted to hear that part, and I felt like it was drowned out because of the low mic or whatever like that. So as him and Alicia get to prancing across that stage and whatnot, and he get to mind if I stroke you up? You mind if I stroke you down? I was like, ain't she married or whatever like that? But it's all in the spirit of performance, and I know it's all good with Alicia and Swiss Beats. I don't think Swiss Beats like Kiki Palmer, man, or whatever like that. Don't like them, no man touching up on her or whatever like that. Anyway, I ain't getting into that situation. But so once that ended, I felt like, okay, can we recover from this? Can we get back to what we was doing with Usher? And so the next part is, him solo on the stage. And then that was her, correct? Like, I don't really get into a lot of the new school girls, and it's no shade to them or nothing like that. But I just grew up in the Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey era, and into the Beyonce, Rihanna, Britney, Christina, Usher, Justin, Janet, the big performers. And not to say that some of these new artists can't get there, because they gotta work to get there. But I mean, one can only look at The Weeknd to see he was somebody that kind of came relatively out of obscurity with those mixtapes and just kind of really just hit the pavement. So you just never know. And the fact that you would see her on that stage playing that guitar in the same way that I would have wanted Alicia to play those keys, I just felt like that was a big moment, and she killed it. And all she did was play. I mean, she worked that electric guitar. So I was like, yes, okay. I like what I'm seeing here. When Usher came out on them roller skates, baby, First of all, I was scared for my life. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, because do y'all know how much like the technicality of the performance that has to occur to roller skate and do it live and sing? And then they did it to Oh My God. I first of all, that is my jam, and I knew I was like, he cannot do this show without doing Oh My God. And baby, let me tell you something. Them roller skates and the floor, I was like, yes, this is it. Now, when he had to skate through Will I Am's legs, I was like, now hold on, now I don't know. Now, did you make it all the way through, Usher? But I mean, whatever he did, I felt like he recovered, and that energy I felt like it kept going up and up and up towards the like it started up, kind of went down a little bit because you got to take them to the moods, and then it went right back up. And I was like, I'm like, oh, and then Lil Jon come out, and I'm like, Lord have mercy, what did the poles come up from out the ground? What is going on here? Lil Jon come out there. You got Ludacris and Usher doing Yeah to close out this show, baby. I was living for every little moment of it. I get into a performance, baby, and I just feel like I want a show. Give me a show. And I felt like Usher gave us a show. Now, I could have done without Alicia in this performance, but I do give him credit because in my mind, I was like, now he could have had, anybody else on the stage. But it is what it is, and it's no shade to Alicia. I just feel like something about her recently, in recent years, doesn't resonate with the general public as much as it used to, and I don't know what it is. Do y'all know? So anyway, so we had that, right? So let me give you the scoop on how my night went. So I'm like, ooh, is there really gonna be much left after the performance? So then we get this Beyonce Verizon commercial, and I heard about it, right? So I'm like, okay, this is cute. Come on, Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the commercial just kind of kept building. To me, Beyonce played Beyonce so well. And I know that sounds like redundant, but we've seen her in different acting roles and stuff like that. And I just feel like because her persona is so big that it is very difficult to see her outside of anything other than just being her. And I felt like this commercial was so perfect for her, and it set up this new music drop. So I'm like, did she say to drop the new music at the end because she wanted to break the internet? I was like, is that what she said? Because I felt like I couldn't hear it. So the first thing I do is I go to Beyonce's Instagram, and I don't see nothing new. So I'm checking again, and I see the Neighborhood Talk then posted that Act 2 is coming out March 29th. So I'm already giddy in my seat because I'm like, now wait a second now. No, hold on. And now, let me give y'all this disclaimer right here. I had previously been telling my friends, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, I had gotten these cowboy boots like last year, like in August of last year, right? And I had been telling my close friends, I wanted to have a hoot nanny hoedown birthday party this year. Legit, no lie, right? So as what I noticed was, if you follow like the Louis Vuitton and even Rude, the two clothing brands, I noticed that the founder, I guess his name is Luigi, I'm not necessarily sure what his name is, he had been wearing a lot of cowboy hats. And I had seen that there was a lot of cowboy or Westerns theme in the Louis Vuitton campaigns, right? So I said to myself, I was like, now this is very interesting that we're going, like we see fashion kind of heading in this cowboy Western sort of theme. Then as we see Beyonce in the cowboy hat at the Grammys, and you see that whole, like, I think it was a Louis Vuitton outfit she had on, I was like, okay, that's matching the theme of what they got going on with Louis Vuitton. But I did not realize it was going to also, we had heard that Act 2 was going to be country and Act 3 might be rock. because there's this notion that we're talking about, music genres that were, originally steeped in really African American culture, like Black music, right? And so how she's going back to those elements and making them really just putting her own spin on it, it seems, right? So I started like looking and I'm like, okay, then I see she is posted on her Instagram, Texas Hold'em in 16 carriages out now. So I immediately clicked the link and I try to go to Apple and to Spotify, but they're not there yet. So I said, boom, YouTube. So I went to her YouTube page and both tracks were there. Now, I don't know if it was because people was trying to download the track right at the same time or what, but I was like, so I said, let me play this Texas Hold'em first, right? Because I said, oh, my toe tapping. Why is my toe tapping like this? And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm at the hold down already. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the hold down and my toes is tapping. And I'm like, okay, we boot scooting boogieing. And I see myself country line dancing. I see myself I see me on the floor, boot scoot, but with my cowboy boots on, you know what I'm saying? And just in my Levi 501s and whatnot. So getting down on the floor, I'm toe tapping, right? Then I play 16 carat, and Lord, my mouth, my heart, my soul just dropped in my body because I said, this the one. This is the one. This is some mix of Americana, of like country blues. I mean, it just is a cornucopia of sound. And what she does lyrically in this song, as she talks about her journey of being a child star, is just amazing to me. Okay, so as I think, and I'm like, again, toes are tapping, toes is just tapping, toes is tapping, and I'm harking back to daddy lessons that she did with the Dixie Chicks at the CMAs, baby. And that when you could, because you could download that today. And I listened to that song constantly, and I always had thought, well, doggone it, I wonder what it would sound like if she went all in with that. So now it sounds like we are getting that. So that is just like the first taste of the new album. And honestly, I kind of feel like, now, did Beyonce just upstage Usher at the Super Bowl? I mean, like, I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but I mean, it kind of, I don't know. But when I really look at the scope of the night in general, I feel like this Super Bowl was a huge night for music. I felt like Usher brought out everybody and their mama. Jermaine Dupri, I felt like they had tried to put him in some of that Louis Vuitton stuff. And sometimes, fashion can wear you, like the clothes can wear you. And I felt like the clothes were wearing him because he was too, in my mind, too little for that outfit. And it made him look like some type of little school kid or something like that. I don't know what was going on, but I felt like that wasn't the look. I felt like they should have put him in some of that off-white that they had put Usher in. I think that was off-white that he was in when he was doing the and yeah. Anyway, I just felt like it was a big night for music. You had Ludacris, Lil Jon, you had her, even Alicia Keys, baby. Not to mention Usher as the halftime show. I mean, and they could not resist panning every moment that they could to Taylor Swift and Ice Spice up in the stands. Okay, J-Lo had her little commercial down with the Dunkin' Donuts. She got a new album coming out this Friday or whatever like that, with a whole movie attached to it. That's gonna be kind of like I guess that's her version of Lemonade or whatever like that. You got Usher new album out, which I don't know if you guys have heard it. It is amazing. Okay, amazing. Favorite tracks to me are Coming Home and Big. Baby, I can't wait to do a reel to those. And then you had obviously Beyonce and this new music drop. I'm like, it is an exciting time in music right now. And I really just wanted to highlight that because it really excites me. And I was like, we're not talking of, a lot of times I feel like we talk about things, in reality TV that oftentimes, as I read the comments, I feel like, Like it just feels so negative. And even myself, I be feeling kind of negative after I do the review. But you know, this was a moment for me where I felt genuinely excited, and I'm so ready for whatever is about to occur with this new era for Beyonce, as well as what we're going to be seeing with Usher on tour. And if you haven't gotten his album, please go and download it, because he's independent at this point. I don't know if he's got some type of distribution deal or not, but for an independent artist to perform at the Super Bowl in the way that he did, I just feel like is freaking amazing. I feel like what I hope is that some of these artists who have been sort of either snubbed by the Grammys, or are maybe perhaps overlooked, I hope that they go on to really support things like the NAACP awards, as well as the BET awards and things of that nature, because I feel like when we bring these things back home, I feel like we can make what we do so much more impactful, so such that other people then come calling us back, because we've already established our own things in a way that is profitable for us. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Again, I wanted to test the internet here. I also wanted to talk about something fun and positive, on the channel, and just kind of give you guys my breakdown of the Super Bowl, the night as it was. And y'all let me know what y'all thought in your opinion. What was your favorite part of the Usher performance? For me, it was definitely the skates and ending with "Yeah," like the whole "Oh my God" and the roller skates and all that stuff like that. That was so fly to me, and caught up. Top 3 moments right there. And then also let me know which song you prefer better, Texas Hold'em. I mean, because it's toe slapping, line dancing, but that 16 carriages, baby, that 16 carriages hits you in your chesticles. Okay. So let me know what you're excited about. What made you the most happy about last night? Outside of, the winner of the Super Bowl or whatever like that. But I mean, that's neither here nor there for me. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna find a better location in the house to film. We haven't even moved like all of our stuff in yet, so it's all coming together. So be patient with me, y'all. But with that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.